All right, we're here in Madera, California, and we just finished a deal with something I bet none of you guys have ever seen before. Check this out, guys. So Rocky's the one who built the car. And how long have you owned it, Rocky?
5 years, 6 years.
You owned it for about 5 or 6 years?
Yep.
Wow, look at that thing. And what is it supposed to be?
A Kellison GT40 K.
Okay, and it's a GT40.
Yep, and I made it 40 inches tall, which means 40. But Kelloson is the only one that designed a kit car that looked anything like a GT40.
Wow.
The doors are made like a GT40. He got to take some molds off of a GT40. Anyway, if you could push this button for me.
Yeah.
And then you'll see all the stuff that I have up right here.
Oh my gosh, look at that. So what's it powered by? What did you do to it?
All aluminum block, custom build, 2054cc engine.
Wow.
There's nothing VW on it. It's all custom.
Wow.
The block is custom. Oil coolers, pipes. I built the pipes from scratch. I built all this interior structure you see. I built every single thing in here, complete. All the wiring is done perfect.
Nice. Looks clean.
And this is a shut-off switch, which is on the inside of the car, and that when you reach in there, you turn it on.
Wow. Beautiful. And the interior, I love the seats.
It just needs some little door panel, but everything's a full roll cage I built. So how you open this is you grab this in here. Be careful.
I'm gonna go around.
And you pull it backwards. These doors don't weigh anything. They're just so you pull on this and then just lift it out. See, a GT40 is the only car that the actual door is part of the roof.
Nice.
That's how it is. So anyway, so there's a full cage in there. If you look up, you can see all the switches. These are real GT40 headlights out of a 1966 GT40.
Wow.
These are made custom by only guy in the country for this kit car, and then I had to cut them to fit in, and then I made all of these buckets down here. They're all lights down in here too. All these vents are custom here.
The rims, what's the drivetrain like?
Oh, well, it's lowered. It's all lowered suspension, but you can adjust it too. It's all adjustable suspension.
I see.
Yeah. Torsion arms, so. Anyway, if you can just gently lift up on that, just gently, and then leave it like that. And then this is how you put gas and watch. It slides, go on like that, and then everything's custom inside of here.
Wow.
4-wheel disc brakes. You unplug it right there, so you can just take the nose off, and then that's how we're gonna load it, which I'll show you in a little bit. But this is how you put fuel in it.
Wow.
So,
it's one of a kind.
and it's all this never had any real paint on it. This is the original gel coat. It's very thick fiberglass from the 70s.
And it's cool. It's kind of like a patina.
Yeah, and that's what I did with the leftover paint from that. And that way, it just, because there's no like Bondo on this thing or anything. Wow. Somebody wants to spend 30 grand to like tighten up all the door gaps, it'd be fine. But this is about as best they got. But all of this, with so much fabrication in here, is crazy. And this will actually lift off also. So this is just like a GT40 back here. And if we unhook this thing, when it's standing up, we can literally just lift it off and set it down. And then it's like 2 forks that go over that. And then when you close it, now it can't come off. It's
wow,
crazy.
I see.
This comes off just like a GT40.
Wow.
And the nose does too.
That's amazing.
Brand new transmission. It's only got 6 miles on it. Brand new motor, 6 miles on it. Every single thing only has 6 miles on it. 4-wheel disc brakes, power brakes, $2,000 worth of gauges. That's a $1,000 shifter from Vietnam in there.
That one right there?
Yeah.
Wow.
You just do that, and then you just push down. And now if you want to come around over here, I'll show you how to start it. And then when you look across, you'll see how I always put my hand under here, and I just that's all it takes, because there's nothing to the doors. Okay, so under the seat back here, there's a switch like I was showing you, and you'll feel it back here. You can put your hand back there, maybe you see it, but you just turn this. Watch the speedometer. Okay, see it go up? Now the car has power. There was no power at all.
And 7 miles. Wow.
Okay, so now slide in, get in over here. Now here's what you want to see. Always turn this thing over with no ignition on. Okay, so turn the fuel on. It's electric. Let it run for a minute. And then you don't turn the ignition on. You always turn this engine over. It has a lot of high compression. You want the oil to get moving around before you fire it. These are all fused, but then they're also fused in the box. So it's a double, you know. Okay, so now don't turn that on. That's all it is, a short shifter. That's all it moves.
Yeah, very short shifter.
Okay, and then now I'm gonna turn it over. And now you might want to get to the back and listen to it, because you're gonna be amazed when you hear it. So now you turn the fuel on, turn the ignition on. Here we go. Your oil remote, and all this will come on electronically from the engine block. If it gets hot, this comes on automatically.
I see.
So, but everything is new on it. There's not anything that isn't new.
Wow. So,
almost $10,000 in the motor.
how many cc's?
2054.
2054.
Almost a 2100.
Who built the motor?
His name is Burnett. He's the biggest guy in Fresno, called Terry Burnett.
Terry
Builds
Burnett.
all the hot rod motors everywhere.
Okay.
His things are in the file.
What do you call these Webers?
48 IDs. These are the biggest ones. 48. They actually have the velocity stacks too. I made these custom, by the way.
Oh yeah.
And if you don't like to run it like that, look how cool this looks. See,
Oh,
they're
wow.
velocity stacks.
Yeah, I see that. Beautiful.
Yeah.
What do you call this accessory here? And then what's this
belt,
other?
It's belt driven. See, you know the other ones just had like a little fan belt like thing.
Yeah, yeah.
That's got a ribbed belt. A V groove belt, like on a V8 or something like that. I'd custom build all the exhausts.
This is all for oil pressure, right?
That's just oil filler. Right there.
Oil filler.
Right. This
Okay.
one is hot. This is the oil pump down here, and see that all comes this way, and goes through the cooler, through the oil filter, and then back.
What kind of ignition system?
Electronic.
Electronic
So
ignition.
it's electronic. So there's no, the old school stuff with resistors and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, anybody that knows anything about these engines, they'll know.
They're gonna
and
know.
It's all done.
What kind of transmission?
It's a beefier transmission built for this motor. So it's not a stock transaxle. It's a beefier one.
I see.
And it's from Burnett's too, and the tag is in there.
Okay.
So it was all new when I put it together. So.
What do you call these rims?
Well, they're made by American Racing, and I had to buy them 2 at a time because I didn't know what would fit. So now they make disc brakes with Chevy lug pattern.
Mm-hmm.
So they're Ford GT40 looking wheels, but they go with their Chevy pattern to go on the disc brakes that they make for these
see.
things now. So they didn't make them before. They make them Porsche, Chevy, and a 5 lug. That's it. So this goes like that. And then let me show you how to latch that, because see, you snip on that, and then look, this has to go. This has to go up first and over, and then look, and then down.
Then down, yeah.
And when you close the doors, you just lift up on it a little bit, and you just close
And
it.
that's it.
Like I said, these are all.
Is there a break-in period that we have to do?
Yes, I was going to tell you that too. So there is break-in oil in it, and it's high dollar stuff. I'll give you the rest of it, and. 500 miles, I believe, what they want you to use that oil in. But I have changed the oil once already. After I fired it the first 3 times, and the guy ran it on the engine stand twice before I even ever got it. Okay. So that's why it just lights just like that, man. It's like, you hear it, it just fires right up, man. Yeah, I hadn't even, until your dad saw it, I hadn't started it since December. Oh, wow. And you just turn that on, make sure you got fuel, and man, you hit it one time, and it starts idling like right away. The guy's a top engine builder, he's crazy.
So we don't have to worry about anything for the next 500 miles, pretty much.
Yeah, well, whoever's gonna buy, yeah. But I dumped it. I dumped it again, but I'll show you which one it is. So it's a break-in oil. But everybody has their own what they think. But you know what? So once this is okay. So when you lock this, you gotta pull the key out. I'm gonna put them on the floor, unless you want to put them in your pocket.
No, floor's good.
Because it'll fall open,
I see.
I just threw them under the seat. So this is just the See, this is coming from the air cleaner, and so is this one, and this is just a breather. Right here, it's just an oil breather. So when you have any blow by built up, it comes up here and it breathes, and then it'll settle in here, and then any excess oil will run right back, into the engine. So that's the way it's designed. Yeah.
Wow. Oh no. These were all the measurements, huh?
Well, there was nothing about this car that tells you I made all this myself. They didn't even have some kind of structure in here.
Really?
It was just wobbly, and this is the only way you can make it work. And then to correspond the holes with the holes that I was going to do for the glass was another thing that took a lot of time.
Yeah.
And then these are like 7 pieces, see, all the way through here. Yeah, that's how it just fits like that. Yeah, just latch it. Yeah.
Okay, guys, this is our GT40 kit car. Now, I shared with you guys earlier the full video with the owner, so he told you guys all about the car, and he knows the car much more than any of us could ever. So you get pretty much what you see here. It's a very unique kit, and let me tell you guys, when you drive it on the street, it gets so much attention. It is such a cool looking build, and there's nothing else like it on the market. So it's one of one that you guys will be able to find. I love these wheels. They look like GT40 wheels, and those headlights apparently are real GT40 headlights. So I'll be showing you guys every inch of the car. Watch the video and call me if you're interested. So the car just has a very cool look to it, and all the electrical on it has been sorted out. So you got headlights that are operable, and even these fog lights back here. It's got such a cool stance. It's been lowered just enough. These wheels really give it off, and he liked it like this. He wanted a slight patina on it like that with all the cracks and whatnot. That is the original primer that was on it when he got it, so he kept it. All he did was decal and give it his touches, but it's cool. Again, not anything like it on the market today. There's still little things you could do to it. It's like a toy, guys. That's what it comes down to. So you can always make this a little bit tighter and do things like that, put seals. It's not really made for rain or anything like that. There's no windows, there's no door panel, so there's still little things you could do to it, but all the main components, all the expensive components are done, and I have all the receipts. Okay, so here is the interior. We'll kind of go through what you could still do. You can still make door panels for it, make it look a lot nicer, but most of these components he custom made, and you can always make it look better. The main components though are done. So it's got new carpeting, new pedals. This is a $2,000 shifter from Vietnam. You can look up the name. I'll have it on the description too, and we'll have all the records for that. Very short shifter. It shifts like a race car. Cool cabin though. When you're driving this thing, you won't believe how it feels. It's got the full roll cage, pro comp gauges, all of them work. The wiring on this car is very clean. And here is all your controls. So to turn it on, you flick these two, there's a switch in the back, and you press this button, it fires right up every single time. The guy did a great job sorting out this motor. The one who built it, I think it was like a $10,000 or $15,000 build just in the drivetrain. Your VIN number's right there. It's a 62 VW. I don't know if it's gonna show here, but I'll have photos of it. No rust, of course, on the frame, the floors, because they've all been powder coated and cherried up before he even put this body on it. Okay, it's very easy to fire up. Lift these two, push this button, and it fires right up. Motor's so loud, but all done, all sorted out, quite literally brand new. You couldn't build this for less than 10 to 15,000, and this was done at a very high-end shop in Fresno, not to mention all the custom work that was also put into this thing. And this is what I mean by the wiring is very organized. Here is your wiring box, and that's the cutoff switch. You got your keys here. It stays in this locked box. Nice, tidy, and no funny business. For the sake of how loud this engine is, I'm gonna keep it off on this corner, but car runs and drives excellent. It's a 2054. It's got the works. I mean, never seen a motor like this because it's custom built. Nothing here is still VW or was VW. This is all kind of custom. It resembles a VW, but it's not. Four-wheel disc brakes. The frame was professionally done. It's nice, it's beautiful. Transmission as well, shifts nice. And that's that. And this is how you fill gas. So you pop these two levers, this thing comes up and your gas tank is right here. It does have a sending unit. The sending unit does work. All this custom and new. So this thing can completely come off pretty easily when you put it on a trailer. As you see right there, it just comes right off. Two people can lift it out. It's not very heavy. Everything here is brand new. All the suspension components. Looks like he added some more. It's adjustable, fully adjustable, and it looks absolutely beautiful. Your electric fuel pump's right there. The guy did a really good job with how far he went. Someone could take it, drive it, enjoy it the way it is, or they could take it and also elevate it more than he did here. All right, let's take it for a spin. Very short shifter here. Okay, I got the nose off, so that's how the nose comes out, and it can sit just like that. It's pretty easy. And then this is what connects all your lights right over here. But as you see, everything here is quite nice. Disc brakes also in the front. Everything that needs to be lubricated is lubricated. You see the tie rods are all brand new. Everything is really nicely done here. Your frame is nice. Wiring is in order. Let's jack it up so you guys can see more of the bottom. Okay, so like I said, the bottom has been cleaned up, painted nicely, and there's nothing you need to address here. It's all very nice and organized. Everything you see is new or refurbished. So of course I have the front nose off, so this is how it looks without that front piece. And here is where the majority of this money is at. It's all right here in this build. We have the receipts for this. It was a lot of money. It's a custom engine, a 2054. All new suspension, transmission. Tranny was done at the same shop. The floor is beautiful. All the custom work here is done nicely.